If you're watching this video, no doubt you've been kind of got the bug in your ear to, the benefits of understanding the fact that credit matters, right? So when it comes down to it, we've got multiple options, right? But at the end of the day, the fact of knowing that you have multiple options in everything is the most important thing. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say it's the only thing, which is the reason why I stress first and foremost mindset and motivation, right? So one of the things and one of the benefits that opening my mind to the fact that credit matters and of the different things that I could accomplish by understanding that and going down that path and that journey is that it opened up so many doors, right? If you're listening to this, you're probably like me in the sense that you've probably been the person that, always said, I've got all these ideas, you know what I mean? I've got all these business ideas. I've got this entrepreneurial spark, right? I know that I want these things, but I just lack the funds. I don't have the money. At the end of the day, the best thing that was ever taught to me is that you don't have a money problem. You have a habits problem. And by focusing on building your credit, cleaning up your credit, whatever your in particular situation may be, you're gonna realize that by taking this first step and walking down this path, you have no choice but to analyze those habits from a forensic level, right? In order to build your credit, you gotta understand, what you've been spending your money on, what debts you have, how you spend your money. You also start to realize that the wealthy don't live off of 100% of their paycheck, right? One of the biggest problems that most of us have is that, I don't care how old you are at this point. Like if you're between 25 and 30 or above, you've had 10 years in the workforce. And most of the people you can't correct me if I'm wrong, I'm on a video, but I'm just gonna say it that way, right? Correct me if I'm wrong, right? In your own words, in your own home as you're watching this. But most of us at this point in this journey don't even have $10,000 put aside. Now here's the funny thing, the simplicity, right? In order to put aside $10,000, all you would have had to do is save $20 a week for 10 years. $20 a week, right? What some people spend at Starbucks, right? But here's the thing, again, you don't have a money problem, you have a habits problem, right? And this is just my freebie mind hack for you, right? You pay Netflix, right? Mr. Netflix gets paid, right? Mr. Amazon gets paid, right? Mr. Comcast, Verizon, or whatever cell phone carrier you have gets paid, right? Mr. Xfinity or CenturyLink or whatever your internet provider, they get paid, right? But you forgot to pay yourself. See, this is the biggest problem we have. The biggest problem we have is that we don't realize that we've fallen victim to consumerism, right? That's problem number one. The second problem you have, you probably don't even know that you have, and I'm gonna explain it to you, right? So the problem that you didn't even know that you had is that we don't have financial literacy. We don't know how money actually works, right? See, we put our money in the banks, and the banks make 500% on every dollar. How do they do that? Because the first rule of business, they understand very well. Use other people's money. So they take your dollar and my dollar and his dollar and her dollar and all the millions of people that feed into this consumer society. They take all of our money that we have in the bank and they go ahead and loan it to this person, and then that person pays some back, but they still have money in the bank and they loan it to the next person, right? So they loan money to this guy to go buy a house, and they loan money to this guy to go rehab his house, right? They loan money to this guy to, for debt consolidation, right? And overall, the whole time, we don't realize that there is the potential of becoming the bank. That I'll share some information with you on later. But ultimately speaking, the first step to this journey is creating leverage. And the way you create leverage is by understanding how money works, understanding how credit works, and understanding that credit is the crux of this consumer society, and that you've been lacking the leverage because you didn't understand, right? So there are multiple ways for you to go at this, right? You can easily go to the link in my bio for Done For You, DFY, personal credit repair, right? If you're already good with your personal credit and you're an entrepreneurial type that's looking to get business funding, right? And you've heard something about that in one of my videos. Well, you simply go to the DFY business funding link in my bio, right? And if you're the person that feels like you're way too hard up on your cash to even put out a small amount and then start investing in yourself in that way so that somebody else can handle this for you and get it done much faster because they already know exactly what to do, don't worry, I got you too, right? Go to the DIY credit repair link in my bio, right? Where you can do this for less than you spend on a coffee, okay? And also, I'm gonna be adding here shortly, it may already be up, I don't know when you're watching this, but I'll be adding here shortly, Ask Me Anything, where you guys can drop questions or tell me things that you'd like to see in the videos, because my number one goal is to provide more value to the rest of the world, because in the midst of this journey, I've also learned that by providing that value and putting out, everything I put out comes back to me. So my number one goal in life is to help as many people as I possibly can, right? So once again, thank you for taking your time, visiting my page, and I hope this is all valuable for you. And please do me a favor, go back to the original video or another video actually on my TikTok page and drop a comment on how this journey is going for you. Drop a comment on how this is changing your life. Transformation is everything, right? Because the only thing we want in life, for real, you might think you want money, but again, I'm gonna tell you, you don't have a money problem. You have a habits problem. And the thing that you're longing for is transformation and experience, right? It's not about the money that we get. It's about the experience that having it allows us to have. And freedom is only purchased with the currency of sacrifice. So take your time, read through these things, take your time, set up to speak with me, and let's go ahead and start sacrificing so we can start experiencing freedom. Peace and love. I'm out.